Are you ready to unlock the full potential of your mind when it comes to focus? Imagine being able to silence distractions, sharpen your focus, and achieve more clarity and concentration like never before. In just minutes, you'll learn how you can guide yourself through visualization, through powerful suggestions, so that you can take control of your attention and supercharge your results. My name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so you can achieve success. And success is here, and you might as well be ready for it. One of the easiest ways to be ready for it is to focus with your full potential. Now, many audios that I create, I say the mind gives you what you focus on 100% of the time. So during this audio, let's explore how you can really sharpen your focus skills so that you can be clear on what you want, so you can bring that into your reality. Just the other day, someone told me that, maybe we don't really get what we want. And I replied to them and I said, well, are you focusing on what you want? Are you clear on what you want? And are you spending time each day to focus on what you want? And one time I was working with a client and they simply wanted to improve the way that they visualize, the way that they suggested things to themselves. And this all had to do with being able to see things how they want to see them so that they can have total clarity on what it is they want. Because many people, they're just not so sure. So the easier that it is for you to get clear on what you want and focus on what you want, then you'll be able to focus much easier. And the first way to do that is with creating suggestions and creating visualizations in your mind. Now, your mind, it's like a supercomputer, your unconscious mind, and it has lots of powers. And one of these is visualizing. So you can use positive suggestions to embed into your mind that reinforce focus and attention. And you can also do visualization exercise that help you mentally rehearse and focus on things whenever you may feel distracted, or if you just want to have laser focus on something. How much time do you spend each day focusing on what you want? So creating positive suggestions. If you were to really, really focus, what's something that you would tell to yourself and say it the way that you want it? So you can embed a really suggestive word here in your mind, because you may find just by listening right now that you're starting to enhance your focus. You're starting to improve your focus. You're starting to think about different things that you want. And I'm not telling you your focus is improving right away, or maybe it is. That's up for you to decide. So create nice, positive suggestions in your mind to help yourself also visualize. Now, if you really want to be able to focus on what you want, you can start just with random things. Focus on a picture and focus on all the different details. Don't just scan it really quickly. Focus on things that you wouldn't normally focus on. The shades, the colors, the brightness, things in the background, things in the foreground, the shapes of things, the intensity of the feelings that you feel. Maybe think, where did this come from? Why did this person create this? What's the purpose of this picture? So the more you get curious and the more you have a willingness to experiment with your mind when you visualize different things, then you can start to notice more details. Because let's say that you want to heighten your focus so that you can really set a goal to go on a wonderful vacation. Well, how are you going to focus on this vacation? Are you just going to hope that it happens? Or are you going to suggest to yourself that you're going on vacation, that you're going to go on a wonderful vacation? And then are you going to visualize certain things about this so you can really focus on this in your mind? Because if you don't take any steps in your mind, nothing is going to happen. Let's say the microphone that I'm speaking into now, or the chair that I'm sitting on, or the desk that I have. All these started as an idea in someone's mind. So use positive suggestions and use visualization. Now, the next way that you can really focus really good is you need to remove common barriers to focus. So this is things like stress, anxiety, negative emotions, limiting beliefs, distractions. And one of the easiest ways that you can do this is to do a power minute of hypnosis. So if you're driving, obviously now don't close your eyes. However, if you're sitting in a nice, comfortable spot, you can imagine your finger going down like a light switch, holding it up and putting it down. And then when you put it down, you close your eyes and you just focus on anything that you want for 1 minute and just feel those wonderful feelings that are inside of you. Then after a minute, you're going to push your finger back up and open your eyes. It's a power minute of self-hypnosis to get rid of any stress, anxiety, and distractions. And you can also ask yourself, what do you want to do instead? And this will have you, guess what? Focus on new things, other things that aren't holding you back or keeping you from focusing on what you want. That's what stress and that's what anxiety is. You're essentially worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. Or maybe with stress, you're stressed about something that happened to you already. More anxiety is in the future. You're worried about something that hasn't happened yet, and you're not focusing on what you want. So if you're focusing on what you want with precision, with accuracy, with that suggestion in your mind, and visualizing a really good picture in your mind, how can you possibly have anxiety? Is that really possible? Think about it. You may find as you're listening that any stress, any anxiety, any distractions slowly fade away because you're so focused on what you want. The other way to focus is to combine that with things like goals and motivation. So one of the easiest ways to stay focused is to be aligned in your mind with your motivations, so your values and your goals. So how much time do you spend thinking about how motivated you are and about what really motivates you? Now, if you're not sure what motivates you and you just feel like you're kind of floating through the day, you need to ask yourself a question in a specific context. So let's say that you have a goal, or you're in a relationship, or you have a business, whatever it is. You can ask, what's important to you about your goal? What's important to you about your relationship? What's important to you about your business? And the words that you come up with, those are going to be your values. And your values are what motivates you. So if you want to be really focused on something, one of the easiest ways to focus on it is to be motivated towards these things. So let's say that you have a business and your values are things like excellence, money, abundance, freedom, networking, collaboration. So what if you found ways each day to do those things? Don't you think you would be much more focused on the results that you're getting instead of worrying about things that you don't want? You wouldn't be so distracted. You wouldn't have stress. You wouldn't have anxiety. So taking down your values and understanding what's the most important thing about the things that you're doing, so you know why you're doing what you're doing. Many people come up and say, why is this person doing this? I have no idea. Why don't you ask them? Why don't you ask them, why are you doing what you're doing? This is really a good way to understand people and also understand yourself so you know how to motivate yourself. And when you're motivated, this really improves your focus. So think about that. How can you motivate yourself right now to achieve what you want? Get your values. Ask yourself, what's important to you about achieving that thing or having that experience or that relationship or that business or that career or your health and fitness, whatever it is. So you need to train your mind through these different ways, these things that I mentioned. So giving yourself really positive suggestions, visualizations, and this will allow you to tune out different distractions because your mind is way smarter than you think. And if you give your mind enough to focus on, it's going to improve your focus. And you'll notice that your mind isn't noticing those stresses, those anxieties, those distractions. You'll be so focused in your mind that this becomes a habit. And that's the wonderful thing. Once my clients started doing this, is they noticed that this became a habit for them. and their unconscious mind loved the success that they were getting visualizing, that they wanted to start visualizing things in all areas of their life. And they saw that success was easy and effortless for them as they just set aside time to maintain their focus each day. And soon enough, this was automatic and natural for them. And for any other people, there wasn't any more wandering thoughts or external things that they could even notice, because they too created a habit of focus with improved motivation and total clarity. So, if you think this helped you, definitely share this with someone else who will benefit. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. Definitely leave a comment and let me know what you think. And if you want to improve your focus with hypnosis, focus is one of the biggest benefits of hypnosis. You'll see my information in the description of the audio, so definitely reach out and we can chat about how that can help. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.